it was a wealthy country at one time. It was very wealthy. I mean, it was one of the wealthiest countries at the time because of the oil.
Yeah, because the oil and everything.
Correct.
I heard that there was a period of time back in the 70s and like 60s where Tehran was a very big tourist
Yeah.
destination. People would go snowboard or, well, mostly skiing at the
Skiing.
time.
Right.
Skiing was really popular, so
Right.
people would travel all over the world to go skiing in the mountains in
Correct.
Tehran. And that's one of the things I've always found, outside of everything else, just to be so unfortunate with the current regime there is
Yeah.
that, they could have a booming tourist economy if it was friendly to if like the government was friendly to people,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. And at that time it was different because, but then once I got there, it was fine. And they took us to the embassy and introduced everybody, and we'd been there for a while, and about a couple of weeks, and we hadn't gone out. And we said, "When are we going to get to go out?" That kind of stuff. And so they said, "Okay, let's go." So they threw us in a van. They took us around, showed us around town, stopped a couple of places, and we had lunch. And they took us by the bazaar and
yeah,
that kind of stuff. And then I remember shortly after that, I'm a skier. Not now. I don't. Nothing works anymore. But
yeah.
I'm a skier, and I went and bought skis.
Really?
Oh yeah,
While you were there?
yeah, because I wanted to go skiing in the winter.
Man, that would have been
Because
so
winter was
cool.
coming. I know it would have been awesome, and I would have loved it. It would have been awesome. I was like, "Oh my gosh," but that didn't happen. So anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, it was pretty much a modern town. I kept thinking to see people, on horses or donkeys and pulling water out of wells and stuff like that. But no, it was a modern city.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I didn't realize later on what they meant by step back 2000 was their mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if culturally speaking, and obviously there was a lot of things at play at the time, but like, culturally speaking, there was a lot of cultural traditions and stuff, especially from the people that ended up taking power,
Right.
and a lot of those belief systems are very ancient,
Yeah.
and not very Western,
Right.
the government and the new government,
Right.
obviously, that took over after the revolution. But so you guys were, what month was that when you actually arrived? You said
I arrived like July.
July
Yeah.
of 1979.
1979.
And then how many months were you there before things started to seem like it was getting kind of sketchy?
September.
September?
September of
And was
79.
that when they first bombed the Marine building?
No, that was done before. So the Shah of Iran was let into the United States
When did that happen?
in 1979, like right around September of that year. I believe it was September of that year.
Okay, so September was when the
Right.
Shah left.
Right. No, no,
And
he'd left in February of 1979, like January, February. He got through a coup.
oh,
They threw him out of the country. So he
okay.
was traveling all over the world, staying different places. I
Okay.
think the last place he was in Belize or something like that. And then apparently he had some type of cancer, and I don't remember what type of cancer he had, but they said he needed to be treated here in